Good morning, how y'all doing? The video gonna be about Doc Rivers last night, the LA Clippers head coach, speaking about George Jacobs, the shooting, not the killing yet, but he's paralyzed in Wisconsin, and also police and racism. Doc Rivers grew up in the west side of Chicago. He still plays for the Atlanta Hawks. His son plays in the NBA, Doc Rivers Jr. Doc Rivers went on to coach the Boston Celtics, led him to a chip back in 2008 and a finals run-up appearance in 2010. So he's had the high taste of success and the politics of race in the NBA, etc. Comes over to the Clippers. Donald Sterling was the owner. And if you've been following attention, you know that Donald Sterling was ran out for his racism, institutionalized racism, and Doc saw that. But what isn't always talked about is Doc Rivers' father was a black police officer. And Doc talked about that last night. And through the eyes and the years and the tears and the times of being a black man dealing with institutionalized privileges and everything else that you can see that's going on. So he was like, you have to break the police union up, which is true. And how do you defend and show much love to a country that has never defended and showed love to you? Whenever there was a war, black folks front line, come back to promises of freedom, only to have Jim Crow step on with both feet on your neck. Yeah, double George Floyd's, because let me tell you something. There are a million unknown George Floyds in the history of America. And I say this again, and I don't care who listen here, what have you. Black folks have experienced more racism in this country than anybody can put together. The profits off of slavery, etc., run deep. The continuation reminder. See, I don't care if you're Jewish, Italian, East Indian, Native American, etc. When you see those Confederate statues up there, that ain't about you. Irish, Portuguese, Asian descent, that ain't about you. They tend to have a black person in mind. And sometimes they actually have a black person kneeling with a white superior that was supposedly in charge. So when you see those things, they are a daily and constant reminder. Well, the police operates out of that agenda and status quo. And that is the reality of what we are dealing with then, now, and sadly into the future, unless people really decide to take it back. Institutionalized systematic racism against black people. And Doc Rivers spoke very eloquently about Mr. Jacobs being paralyzed, being shot, unnecessary. He said it ain't a black, it should be an American thing, which is true. But like I always say, and I'm consistent when I talk about racism in this country, the pandemic, the virus that is racism, there is no mask, no shield, no body armor, no dressing like a mummy to offset the ignorance and the privilege, and also the Stevie Wonder glasses. That's a phrase that I've coined, that the people walk around with Stevie Wonder glasses on like they don't see. And Stevie Wonder sees it better than those who claim to have 20/20 vision. So Doc Rivers definitely put it down last night. And it's leading to some people thinking about boycotting games. And I think you have to make a stance. You have to say when is enough's enough. Because this goes on every too often. Not once every 3 years, every other week, sometimes every other day, in any places, and they feel they are invincible. And George Floyd happened to get some kind of justice because it was caught, even though those prosecutors were lame, because at first they were going to come with a third-degree murder charge. They were trying to backdoor it and smooth it all out. And it still ain't finished there. But where's the justice? Where's the balance? But where's the respect? No one's asking for a handout, but it's about putting some respect by people's name. And it is not being met. Anyway, that's my thoughts and takes about Doc Rivers speaking about the police, racism, and it was a very moving speech. Give me your thoughts, your takes. Hit the like, subscribe, and the bell rings a new video. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for one another. And you gotta pull the blinders off and see and speak. Because silence is even deadlier than what they're doing. I'm done.